It's another video on my channel, and it's another day for me to make another video. Today, it's more or less a good news, and why I'm making this video is if you've been paying attention to the market, you'll see what happened in the last towards the tail end of this week. Today is the 11th of March 2023, and the market just went in a nosedive. I have been, if you've been watching, if you've been following me for a while, or if you've seen previous videos, there was a video I made about me trying to get the Russell 2000 on this particular brokerage, and it has so happened that on this platform, the total the portfolio size is about 17,200. So it's been oscillating between 17,000 and 17,200 and 17,600. Now the market itself has been oscillating, if you notice, but what has helped my position that has made it not be too volatile has been the SPXU that I had, and the calls I'm selling on those, and the calls I've been selling on Google. And recently, now I know I said I was going to hold on to cash until the market changes, which it has changed, but I must confess, before the market changed last week, I broke my promise. I did break my promise. I bought KSS calls. KSS has been a favorite stock of mine. I am not recommending that you buy it. Again, I am not a financial advisor. It's just a bias that I have for KSS because I had it for a while before the lockdown, before the COVID-19 incident. And then when the market tanked, everybody panicked. I panicked, sold my position, locked in my loss, and then went and focused on politics and what the hell is going on, and then went into Trump versus Democrats, Republicans versus whatnot, and got lost in that storm that by the time I came back to the stock market to see my position, the market had recovered and gone even past where it was pre-COVID. So I was like, okay, lesson learned. I am never going to take my eyes off the ball again. Politics is politics. I need to know exactly what's going on here. So I sold it at the time, and I just bought it back last week. And the reason here's the rationale why I bought it back. I bought it for 29. Now I've been selling puts on it for a few weeks before it was finally put to me. It was put to me for 2,900 or 29, but 290, but for 29, but for 100 positions, which will enable me write a contract, enable me write an options contract, I had to buy 100. So everything I do is in multiples of 100. So I bought it for 2009. Today it has gone down to about 2,400, but I've been selling puts on it way before it was put to me, and I've been selling calls on it since it has been put to me. And the major reason why I didn't roll down the call at the put at the time was because ex-dividend date was next week, and the dividend is pretty attractive. If anybody knows KSS calls, the dividend is pretty attractive. So I just allowed it to be put to me, just so I can capture the dividend for next week, not knowing that the market itself was going to tank. So the index fund that I've been eyeing and aiming for, because I have my targets or my goals. First will be Russell 2000, then I go to SPY, then we continue from there. Russell 2000 dropped from 19,000 plus. It's now down to 17,600 and something. And my portfolio dropped from 17,500 to 17,200 and something. So my portfolio didn't drop as much as the index, as much as Russell 2000 dropped. Now Google dropped. And the reason my portfolio dropped that much is because Google was the main one. Google dropped, and KSS dropped a bit. But like I said, I had the inverse ETF, which is the SPXU, acting as a buffer. So that held it to help it not drop that much. So right now, the total portfolio size on this brokerage is 17,250 something, and Russell has dropped to 17,600. So here's what I'm doing for this week. I am pulling all stops. What I normally do is I would save about 1,000 euros a month, and then after every 4 or 5 months or even 6 months, I would take the whole bunch and just send it into the brokerage because there's transaction fee. So you don't want to be sending money into brokerage every week or every month. Transaction fee is going to kill you. So I leave it for a few months and then I send it in and either keep it there or buy a stock that I want to buy. But this time I haven't been able to. I only started, so the last batch that I sent was in December. I've saved from January, February. This is March now. So I'm gonna pull everything I have in savings and send it again to the portfolio. But the savings is gonna take about a week. So when what you do is you apply for the withdrawal, and it's gonna take a week for it to be deposited in your account. But I can't wait a week because I don't know what the market might go back up in that week. So what I've done is I've taken my credit card, I've pulled out the funds, the equivalent that I was gonna take from my savings, everything that I was gonna take from my savings anyway. I pulled it out from the credit card and put it into my checking account or my current account, and I'm gonna wire that to my brokerage on Monday. Hopefully by Wednesday or so, it should arrive there, and hopefully the Russell hasn't gone back out to 18,000 plus. And even if it does, there's still enough because I think I'm withdrawing 1,000, just 1,005 to send into the brokerage. And even if it does go from 17,600, goes up by another 1,000, I'm already sending 1,005. So hopefully what I have to add to it is going to be enough to buy it. I'm going to liquidate all my positions. Every single position that I have, I'll liquidate it to buy Russell 2000. And once I obtain Russell 2000, I start selling calls on that and then save a little bit more money to put into buying my 2 positions in SPXU, because I always want that 2 positions in SPXU, acting as a buffer, selling calls on it forever and ever and ever. That's the plan. That's what I intend to do this week. Wish me luck. I love that the market has dropped. Now, a lot of people will be crying and say, look, every time the market drops, it's an opportunity. You have to position yourself in such a way that when it drops, you take advantage of it, which means you need to have a lot of dry keg or dry powder or gunpowder or soldiers in reserve that you're waiting to deploy or whatever the case may be. So that's what I'm doing for this week. Thank you for being a part of this community. If you've been watching and you've been listening, I'll keep you updated on what's going on. And this is me saying hasta la vista.